I want you to think about the biggest game on Steam. You probably picture something made from $1 billion studio with massive teams, infinite resources, sometimes motion capture dogs, if you know, you know, and all that kind of stuff. But in the last few months, the most talked about game on Steam was made by one singular guy in his room with a ridiculous idea that has worked out better than he could imagine. The game is called Schedule One. It's a chaotic, satirical, open-world drug empire simulator where you can create weed that makes you fly through the air, or cook meth that will make people literally explode once they light up. And this game is absolutely addicting to play, and I would say is all around genius. Tyler is the fellow behind Tyler's Video Game Studio, or TVGS, and is based in Sydney, Australia. There really isn't any information out there on him on the internet. We just know that he's the only person who worked on this game, and I think that says enough about him, considering he's made upwards of $20 million on this game. Tyler has so far handled everything in the game-making process: design, programming, art, and even the business side of things. Though the soundtrack was composed by... don't know how you say that. And the graffiti art was created courtesy of Cody too. But the core game was all Tyler. He went with the title of Schedule One because it is a cheeky nod to the DEA's drug classification list. The list is composed of drugs that have no current accepted medical use and are highly abused. When Schedule One hit early access on March 24th, 2025, it didn't just make waves, it made tsunamis. It shot up to the top of Steam's bestseller list, peaking at nearly 500,000 concurrent players, surpassing major titles like Grand Theft Auto V, Call of Duty, and Marvel Rivals. Not bad for a game where most of the code was probably written at 2 a.m. by just a guy. Though what made it special wasn't just the shock value of selling drugs. It was the weirdly deep economic system, the fake drugs with hilarious side effects and funny names, and the way you could build an empire. This isn't just some meme game on Roblox. Schedule One is actually well designed. No offense to Roblox. Of course, not everyone was thrilled. Some accuse Schedule One of copying Drug Dealer Simulator, but come on, Schedule One pretty much towers over any other drug dealing game, just out of how fun the game is and how just one person made it. I mean, how do you beat that? Tyler even keeps up with the community, having live streams talking about what's next for the game, showing off what he's working on, and constantly releasing bug fixes. Since release, he's added multiplayer co-op, quality of life improvements, and even an option to get with hookers. Okay, that one's not true, but there is blackjack, so that's half a Bender's dream right there.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna go build my own theme park with blackjack and hookers.
But what is true is that this fella is committed. He updates the game constantly, listens to fans, and still somehow manages to keep the entire thing running. Tyler has outlined an ambitious roadmap for Schedule One, aiming to expand and refine the game over a 2-year early access period. Some of these updates include a fishing minigame, a gun minigame, gang warfare, map updates, including new areas like a sewer system and new properties to buy, traveling customers, further expanded multiplayer mode, new drugs like shrooms and heroin, cartel mechanics, dynamic weather systems, controller support, and Steam Deck support. And that's pretty much just the surface of the updates that he's outlined. These planned updates aim to enrich the game's content and provide players with a more immersive and varied experience. So to all the people who think this game's dead already, you can just shut up. He also is making a voting system so that we, the players, can actually vote for what we want to see added to the game first, which is totally awesome, and I think a lot of games could really benefit from this, since it makes the community feel more included. Or at least to me, because, I'm hyped to vote on what's next. The gaming world we are in now is dominated by remakes, microtransactions, and scummy publishers. Though, Schedule One is a breath of fresh air, and behind it all, one dude with a keyboard, who let us all live out our dreams of being Walter White. I hope you guys enjoyed this short little video on Schedule One. Please like and subscribe, and leave a comment on what you are most excited for in the future for Schedule One, and how you've been liking it so far. And I hope to see you in the next video, so, peace.